No one spreads anti-Semitism more than these groups that say, yes again, give me another genocide as long as Israel is doing it. And if anybody criticizes them, we should eliminate them from America. No, we're gonna fight those thugs tooth and nail.
The Holocaust Museum in Los Angeles made the grave mistake of appearing to show humanity toward the Palestinians and ultimately caved to pressure and backtracked amid a wave of fury from Israel supporters. By the way, you can support Israel, but also acknowledge when Israel is engaging in bad behavior or genocidal behavior, but apparently that's not allowed.
No, for a lot of people, they literally cannot do that. They're constitutionally incapable of it. They're so biased, they can't see straight, and this is a perfect example.
Yeah, so this is just a really heartbreaking story. So last week, the museum put up a post on their Instagram account, and I really commend them for doing this. The image shows 6 interlocking arms forming a Jewish star. The arms have varying skin tones, as you can see in the image, and one has numbers tattooed on it. It reads, "Never again can't only mean never again for Jews." And then the slides that followed, the image read, Jews were raised to say never again. That means never again for anyone. Standing with humanity does not betray our people, it honors them. And I totally 100% agree with that sentiment. Jews must not let the trauma of our past silence our conscience. And by the way, there are many Jews in this country across the globe who agree with that sentiment. It's just, those who don't tend to be the loudest, they tend to be aggressive, and they tend to coerce people and threaten people, bully people into going along with what they want. So unsurprisingly, that did stoke a ton of backlash, including from groups like Stop Anti-Semitism. And they left this comment on the museum's Instagram post. Donors seeing this, please DM us. We're happy to help redirect your giving our way, an organization that focuses solely on the Jewish people and fighting the bigotry we face. Others accused the museum of engaging in blood libel.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And the slew of negative comments and threats unfortunately worked. The museum took down the beautiful post, the wonderful post that shows that they're consistent in why that museum exists in the first place. They even issued an apology, and in a statement they said, "We recently posted an item on social media that was part of a pre-planned social media campaign intended to promote inclusivity and community that was easily open to misinterpretation by some to be a political statement reflecting the ongoing situation in the Middle East. That was not our intent."
That's not true at all. Yeah, okay, so let me jump in. Number one, to the beautiful people at the Holocaust Museum LA that originally did that message, we see you and we appreciate you, and thank you for being on the side of morality and decency and having principles that you signed up for when you went to go work at that museum. And I want everybody to know, these beautiful Jewish American brothers and sisters that are trying to fight hard for everyone else, okay? Not just for themselves, but for humanity, for the Palestinians, etc. And the people who authorized that in the beginning, because obviously it had to get authorized at some point, thank you. You did the right thing. I know why you had to take it back. That statement is a lie. There's no question that that's a lie. So yeah, they meant it as in solidarity, obviously, with what's happening in Gaza. That's the obvious implication. So why did they, if you're at the Holocaust Museum and you're in solidarity on never again about a genocide, why would there even be a controversy, right? The controversy exists because there are some pro-Israeli thugs in this country, and they are thugs. And they do not represent all Jewish people. I don't think they represent a majority of Jewish people at all. I think they are a minority here who prioritize Israel over Jews in America, over any Americans. And look, Stop Anti-Semitism isn't hiding it. They're like, no, never again means solely for Jews, right? Why would it only mean for Jews? And if it does only mean for Jews, then it's kind of useless, isn't it? If I said, you know what, no one should ever harm the Turks, but the rest of you can go F off. You'd be like, well, that's a useless statement, right? In fact, it's kind of a hateful statement. What do you mean only you should never be hurt again? And that implies that everyone else is free to get hurt. I mean, at a Holocaust museum, you're demanding that a Holocaust museum say never again, only applies to Jews, and everyone else can get massacred. And if you don't realize you're the bad guy, you're the villain, you're the thug in this story, I know you don't realize it. Those people, they think that they're heroes. They're like, we're fighting anti-Semitism, but they're gonna kill every one of us. We have to murder them first, murder them, murder them. Holocaust Museum, you have to be in favor of genocide. You have to be in favor of murder, and that's what Jews stand for. No, they don't. And other folks, the good folks inside the Holocaust Museum, other good folks, whether you're Jewish or not in this country, you gotta start standing up to the thugs. If you give in to the thugs every time, the rest of the country and the rest of the world is gonna think, I guess that's what all Jews think. I guess all Jews think that the Holocaust and genocides shouldn't happen to them, but if Israel's doing it, that's great. That's what, no, most Jews don't think that. But now you have these thugs going around telling everyone, screaming it from the rooftops. If anyone is anti-genocide, we're gonna eliminate them, we're gonna get them fired, we're gonna cancel them, maybe arrest them and deport them. And if you're working at a Holocaust museum, you better not have any sympathy for any other race or religion. Are you insane? Do you have any idea how bad you're making everyone else look? But they don't see it. Forget the thugs that stop anti-Semitism, they're some of the worst people on earth, okay? But the others, the people who actually put the pressure on here, whoever you are, they're addressing the donors, that was very telling. Stop anti-Semitism is.
That's what they do, yeah.
They're like, now donors, remember, only, what did they say? Focuses solely on the Jewish people. You better have no empathy for anyone else. You're gonna let those sons of bitches represent you? You're gonna put the ugliest face to your people that I have ever seen. So like Yuval Harari said the other day, brilliant Israeli author. He said, is this the new face of Judaism? For 2,000 years, Jews were the champions of surviving injustice after injustice. And they helped others survive it in the civil rights movement, etc. That's the Judaism we all knew and loved and appreciated. And now it's gonna get turned into, you have to be pro-genocide as long as we're doing it. And it's not we, it's another government. Israel is not our government. But no, in order to protect Israel, small group of hardcore thugs will go and intimidate anyone, even the Holocaust Museum in LA, to make sure that no one is ever allowed to criticize Israel. I'm sick of them, you should all be sick of them, and you should never listen to them. When those thugs come around, you should tell everyone, we're Americans. We get to say whatever we want, we get to fight any genocide we want of any religion, of any government. And if you thugs come around here, what's your names? Give me your name, give me your address, tell me who you work for. Because you're obviously racist. I mean, there's no question, they're admitting their racism. They're saying, yeah, as long as it's another religion, yes again, yes again. That's not the Holocaust Museum, they were trying to do the right thing. That's these thugs that go around trying to intimidate everyone. And if you, especially you work in media, they're gonna try to get you fired big time, okay? And if you listen to them, then we're not gonna have a country left. We're all gonna be servants of Israel and do whatever outrageous war crimes and crimes against humanity that they order us to do. They're not fighting anti-Semitism. No one spreads anti-Semitism more than these groups that say, yes again, give me another genocide as long as Israel is doing it. And if anybody criticizes them, we should eliminate them from America. No, we're gonna fight those thugs tooth and nail. And if you give in to those thugs, you're letting them win. You're letting the most immoral people represent you and have just put the sickest face to a community that I love. Don't let them do that to you, man. They're not fighting hate, they are the hate.